Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video, man. And well, this one is a very long episode of the road to verified, but it's going to be an absolutely just complete emotional roller coaster. So if I were you guys, man, make sure you get comfortable, sit down, get some food, get some snacks, man. Just sit down, relax. We're going to be watching some great CHAMPS gameplay, and by that I mean kind of like some laughs, some actually good goals. We're gonna watch Neymar absolutely ball out, man. The guy is just disgusting. He is so good, and he can play in so many different positions and just just shine above anyone else. But if you guys could drop a like on this video, man, can we hit 15 likes for this FUT Champs gameplay? It's a very like, I had to delete like 3 or 4 games from this kind of just video because the video would have been like a 20-minute video and that would have been a little too long. So today we are literally just looking at I think I just removed 2 games. We're not looking at all 30. I kind of was just recording here and there, but I recorded my last like I think 5-6 games. But I actually felt like this weekend I had good gameplay. Most of the time. There were probably 2 or 3 occasions where I could really feel the delay, and unfortunately those 2-3 games where I felt the delay was where the games were actually difficult, and there were guys that were playing constant pressure and playing high pressure or whatever you want to call it. Those were the games where I got the delay, and it's not very ideal because when you're playing against those guys who play quick and want to get the ball off you and get the ball back ASAP, it's hard because you pass while they're running straight at you, and by the time the pass actually registers in the game, you already lost the ball. So it's kind of difficult when that is going on. But most of the time, in my opinion, I didn't feel any delay. I felt like I had control of most of my players. Now, one thing that I want to talk about, Jean Oblak in this team. We're gonna talk about a lot of the players, mostly around Neymar, but Jean Oblak in this team is absolutely god awful. He does make some wonder saves from here and there. He does save me from time to time, and he does bail me out, which is cool, awesome, great, fantastic. But sometimes, man, this guy's a complete clown, idiot, imbecile, whatever other insult you want to get out of the bag, man. This dude is just god awful. Sometimes he parries it right back to the middle. Sometimes if he doesn't parry it, he literally just does the stupidest things. And I don't want to just say it's his fault, because obviously it could be the game's fault. The way goalkeepers are in this game is kind of just messed up in general, so I don't really want to blame it on the card too much, but I'm going to sell him. You guys will see me list him up at the end of the video, and I'm going to buy Ter Stegen, who is 1 rating lower, but everyone that I've talked to or just seen on Twitter says Ter Stegen's the best keeper in the game. I came up against Ter Stegen 3 or 4 times, and I don't think I won against him. So yeah, and even though I did score against him a couple times when I did come up against him, he made some crazy good saves, especially with his, since I think he has the save with feet trait, or legs, whatever you want to call him, which kind of just makes him such a good goalkeeper, man. But there were a couple things that happened in this weekend that were sort of annoying. And one of the things is just the tackling from the 2 center backs, usually from my opponents. Like there was one game I think I came up against Sergio Ramos, who's obviously a great center back in the game, and I think I came up against Lenglet, and they completed 7 out of 8 tackles, and it meant I lost the ball 14 times to the 2 center backs, and that's honestly just kind of ridiculous, man, because the AI blocking is at an all-time like just pathetic level where it's way too much. They really do need to tone it down, because there were some instances for me, like I'm not complaining, I'm just saying, but there were some instances where I would like my player would slide in the way of a shot from my opponent and it would prevent a goal, but I'm like, I didn't even do that. Like my Eder Militao was like sliding across the 18 or 6 yard box, the 6 yard box to block a shot from my opponent, and he would save the goal. And I'm just like I didn't press anything. They just do it themselves. And I'm like, I should have conceded there, man. Like I feel like if I do concede there, it would make sense because I wasn't controlling that player, and the AI defending and the AI blocking and the auto blocking and all that stuff just needs to be tuned down just a little. So does the player switching needs to be fixed as well, because the player switching, especially in those tight games when you're defending and you want to switch to the correct player, and you're in a tight space, you want it to go to the right player, or you want to be able to switch fast, one or the two, because you want to get that ball out as soon as possible, man. But let's talk about this team. If you guys don't know what team I'm using or rocking, I don't think I showed it in the beginning. You guys can go to yesterday's video where I do a squad builder on the exact team I'm using in this episode. So let's talk about this team. I already talked about Jean Oblak. Don't really like him, honestly. 2 center backs, amazing. Militao or Moso, fantastic. I'm definitely keeping them. Alex Tellez gets the job done. I'm going to slap a shadow on him next weekend league, see how he does like that. And then Nelson Semedo at right back, amazing, fantastic. I want to sell him because obviously he's out of packs, so he's a little bit more expensive now because his inform is in packs. I think I bought him for 28k and he's pushing 40k most likely. I would check FUT, but I don't have my phone right now because it's charging over there. But Nelson Semedo, great right back. Ousmane Dembele, he's great. I just don't like having a 60k player at right midfield at this stage in the game. I want to sell him and I want to get someone cheaper just because I want to spend the 60k on a forward, but I don't think I am anymore just because I found a way, and you guys will see in a future video how to get a better forward. And moving on with that subject, João Felix was playing at striker in a 4-4-2. Excuse me, sorry. João Felix was playing in a 4-4-2 striker. Now, he is, I said this in yesterday's video, he is a good striker, not an amazing striker. He has good stats, not amazing stats. And what that means is he's going to feel not slow, not quick, but just good enough to not even run past players, but just like kind of get away from them for a little bit, and then he's going to get caught up. His dribbling, same thing. He is not clunky, he's not fast, but he just gets the job done. And for a striker in FUT Champs who occasionally scores, occasionally assists, it's just not good enough, and I need to get him out of the team, which is why I would always sub him out. Like, for example, you guys will see me in the background using Robert Lewandowski from time to time. I sub on Pukki sometimes. I usually sub on Bernardo Silva, and all these players who, in my opinion, are just better than João Felix. So I'm definitely going to get rid of him. I already sold him. You guys will see me sell him at the end of the video, and I'm going to get another forward who, in my opinion, is just going to absolutely make this team an absolute monstrosity. He's gonna make it disgusting, man. Trust me, trust me, trust me. I found a way to make all the links and all that good stuff work. But got rid of João Felix. Now let's keep going. Arturo Vidal and Paulinho, 2 center mids, amazing, dude. Literally, I said this in yesterday's video. I can't recommend these two enough. Height in Paulinho, strength and aggression in Vidal, defensiveness in both. They're not the quickest, which is why you need a shadow on both of them, especially Vidal. I love Paulinho because if he gets in shooting positions, he can finish. Same with Vidal most of the time. Paulinho's a bit better. If I had to pick one of the two, I would probably pick Paulinho. But the thing is, Paulinho is better with Vidal next to him, but Vidal isn't necessarily better with Paulinho next to him, if that makes sense. So I feel like Paulinho needs Vidal to be good, but Vidal doesn't need Paulinho to be good. Even though I haven't tried Vidal without Paulinho, I feel like it's just like that. But Paulinho with, like, for example, Talisca, he wasn't very good. I didn't really like him, and I was going to sell him, but I gave him another shot, and I really, really did enjoy him. Now, Alex Teixeira, I can't tell you guys enough. I can't express it. You guys need to try this card, man. He's so good. He gets so many goals, so many assists for me. It's just incredible how good a 79 rated card is. And he just gets so many assists, so many everything for me, and I just love his card, and he's going to be in my team for I don't know how long because I just love his card. Let me get into the gameplay for a sec. Now, these last few games, let me tell you this. So my record was 7-1 at that was the best record I had all weekend. After 8 games, I was 7-1. Great. And I got to this point where I was at 14 wins, and I think I was 14-8, which means I won 7 games and I lost 6 from that point forwards. That's right? No, 7-7. 7-7. I was 7-7 after that one point where it was my best point, and I was like, man, if I would just have replicated that, I would have been in such a better position. But I just had this point where I was getting beat by teams which weren't better than mine. I was getting beat by guys who weren't better than me. I was getting cheesed. I was missing shots. I was hitting the post. I was just, nothing was going my way. And it was just so frustrating, man. But I sat down tonight. These last few games are literally from just about an hour and a half ago. I sat down tonight. I'm like, man, we have what, 6-7 games to grind out. I'm at 14 wins. I literally just want to get to gold 2 at least and get a good result for you guys, to get some decent rewards for you guys. And I went ahead and did very, very well in my last couple games, man. I really did step up. I really did play much, much better. But I did choke some games, and I feel like it was a combination of me choking, me not playing well enough, and then at the same time my opponents getting just a bit lucky here and there. And for example, I got lucky a couple of times too. Like, you'll see my cheese Ousmane Dembele header goal, you see my Neymar hit the post and then get the rebound. Like, I scored some cheesy things too. And cutbacks, in my opinion, right now at this point in the game, cutbacks and passing it back, or whatever you want to call it, tramp cheese goals, whatever, in my opinion, those aren't cheese goals. Like, those are just, that's just how the game is, and you got to deal with it. I do it now more than anything because it's just the most efficient way to score. Is it this game? I don't know if it's this game, but this game, Leroy Sané goes God mode and Jean Oblak goes clown mode, which in my opinion, just kind of, if I had to pick a game that defined my weekend, this would be one of them. But I think there's still one more that should be coming after that kind of defines my weekend as well. But you guys are going to see, like, João Felix actually gets, like, he actually scores a bunch of the goals that you guys are seeing in the background, and you're like, wow, this guy's a great player and all that stuff. And yeah, once he gets in front of goal, he can definitely finish the ball and all that stuff, and he's cool and all. But he just lacks something else, which is why I'm just going to tell you guys this. I'm going to buy Lucas Moura, and I'm going to go ahead and put him in instead of João Felix. Now, you guys are probably wondering, how am I going to make that work with the chemistry, all that stuff? My voice just cracked. I already found a way to make that work, especially since I have the Brazilian left-hand side with Neymar, Teixeira, Paulinho, Telles, and Militao. I'm just going to make it work, and I already made it work. I'm going to buy him. I'm going to buy Ter Stegen. My team's going to look nice, all that stuff. Man, I'm really, really excited because I feel like that position was just the missing piece for me, and I feel like I'm going to score so many more goals, and I'm going to have just a team that's so much more flexible. Like, Moura is, and he starts as a striker. He's going to play striker for me. But he's going to be able to play as a left mid or a right mid as well, just because of his pace, his dribbling, his kind of stature, all that stuff. It's just good for a winger. So in my opinion, man, this team in a 4-4-2, in a 4-2-3-1, it's just going to be deadly. And I had to switch to a 4-2-3-1 in a couple of the games that you guys are going to see here. And I think this one, the one against Immobile's team, is one where I do switch formations, just because I felt like when I was playing the 4-4-2, I'm going to make a video on the 4-4-2 most likely, by the way, this week. When I was playing with the 4-4-2 against the 4-2-3-1, I was getting dominated, and I was just like, man, why am I getting dominated so much. Like my opponent just has so many people back, so many people in front of his defenders, and so many people just defending in general, to the point where I feel like I need a bit, either one, more attacking power, or two, I just need to match my opponents. And that's exactly what I did. They went 4-2-3-1, I went 4-2-3-1. Luckily 4-4-2 literally is 4-2-3-1 for me, because I play with Paulinho and Vidal as DMs. I play with Neymar, Bernardo Silva, and Ousmane Dembele as the 3 cams, and then as striker I play Teixeira. So it's a very, very similar team, except I feel like the Bernardo Silva, Dembele, Neymar 3 cams is just incredible, man. With the dribbling power they have, the agility, the pace, the acceleration, I would say, and not even pace, just acceleration, and the versatility with the 5-star in both Neymar and Ousmane, man, it just makes them such good players. And near post finesse shots are literally the way to go with these guys. And Bernardo Silva scores the winning goal to get me into goal 2 and get my best ever finish for this FUT Champs year. Even though it's the second week, I went from silver 1 last week to gold 2, which in my opinion I'm not satisfied with. I definitely feel like I could have pushed for elite, and I definitely think I could have got an elite, but it's fine. I'm going to get better. I'm going to play the game more, and hopefully I can hit elite for the first time ever and take another step towards the verified on FUT Champs, which is of course our goal for this series. Guys, this is where I'll end the video. I hope you guys did enjoy. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let me know what you guys think about Road to Verified, and let me know how you guys finished in FUT Champs this weekend. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Have a nice day, and I'm out.